good evening and warm welcome to Dharma Television Collective News. This is Srishti Khadki. Moving on to the headlines. All branches of the banks will be open for 3 days from today. Protest of transport businessmen in front of the Transport Management Department. The number of violators is increasing in the valley as the lockdown period extends. All telecom service providers to use same short codes for balance check, transfer and inquiry. KMC to provide PCR test for Rs 2,500. Corona confirmed to 979 more in last 24 hours. Chances of heavy rain in some parts of the country. Gunshots at Indo-China border at Ladakh for 45 years. Indian Army accused of firing. FAA investigating manufacturing flaws in Boeing 787 jetliners. Coronary infection confirmed to PSG's Mbappe. Here we go for news in detail. All the branches and counters where banks and financial institutions collect revenue will be allowed to open for 3 days. Nepal Rashtra Bank has directed to open all the branches and counters of banks and financial institutions from Tuesday to Thursday. Government has instructed to taxpayers to pay the revenue by August 10, and the bank has been instructed to reopen the bank's branches as the revenue collection deadline is till August 10. The transport businessmen have staged a sit-in at the Transport Management Department, saying that only a limited number of transport businessmen have been given the task of sending Nepalese from abroad to respective places from the holding center. Businessmen have staged a sit-in at the Min Bhavan-based department in Kathmandu on Tuesday, saying that a limited number of passengers has been given the task of transporting the rescued passengers from abroad. Participants in the sit-in have alleged that most of the businessmen were injured when the COVID-19 Crisis Management Center and the Department of Transport Management gave the responsibility of carrying passengers to a limited number of people. Entrepreneurs have complained that they have been forced to join the station as the Commission has been given the responsibility of carrying passengers across the country and cheating them back by taking more fare from the passengers. The businessmen had submitted a memorandum to the department demanding implementation of rotation system to take the passengers to the local level and opening of the public transport as soon as possible.
ल्याएर होल्डिङ सेन्टरबाट देशका विभिन्न भागमा जुन यात्रुहरूलाई पठाउने जुन विषयमा जुन गाडीहरू मार्फत जुन पठाउने विषयमा चाहिँ जुन सरकारले व्यवस्थापन गर्नुपर्थ्यो त्यो विषयमा सरकारका कुनै पनि निकायले व्यवस्था गरेको र आधिकारिक रूपमा कसैलाई पनि नदिएको कारणले गर्दा यसलाई आधिकारिक व्यवस्थापन गरेर जुन अहिले गाडी यात्रुहरू जुन ठगिने प्रवृत्ति छ यसको अन्त्य गरेर यसलाई व्यवस्थापन मिलायो भन्ने विषयमा हाम्रो धर्म।
The number of violators has increased in the Kathmandu Valley as the ban has been extended. Other private vehicles have also been running as the government has been allowed to operate only vehicles other than those prescribed by the government. The traffic police has seized more than 100 vehicles on Tuesday morning after the government started operating vehicles in areas other than those specified. All the 3 district administration offices in the Kathmandu Valley have extended the ban for 1 week with effect from 12 noon on Wednesday. There is an arrangement to operate food, fruit, vegetable and other essential services businesses in the valley only for a limited time. Similarly, shops related to development works can be operated only in the afternoon. The government is preparing to relax the ban to ease economic, social and personal life in the valley. The ban imposed in the Kathmandu Valley is coming to an end on Wednesday. All mobile service providers now have to use the same short code for balance recharge, balance transfer and balance check. The regulatory body, the Nepal Telecommunication Authority, has made such an arrangement by issuing short code and toll-free management procedure 2077 to be used in telecommunication services. Within 6 months of the implementation of this procedure, all mobile service providers will have to use 122 short codes to recharge their balances, 133 short codes to transfer the balances and 144 short codes to recharge their balances. Earlier, all mobile service providers were using different short codes. Service providers will be able to operate old and new codes in parallel for up to 1 year. However, 1 year after the implementation of the procedure, the code mentioned in the procedure should be used. NEA has stated that same short code has been provided for the convenience of the users. The Kathmandu Medical College Teaching Hospital at Sinamangal in Kathmandu is going to test the PCR of coronavirus at Rs 2,500. KMC has informed that it will test the PCR at a fee of Rs 1900, less than the amount fixed by the government. According to the hospital, this is the cheapest rate in the capital. The government has set Rs 4,400 for corona's PCR test. KMC has stated that arrangements have been made to conduct PCR tests at the rate of Rs 2,499 for the organization conducting 20 SAP tests at a time and Rs 2,599 for the general public. This fee has been implemented from Monday. Sunil Sharma informed corona infections are on the rise across the country. The government has not been able to increase the scope of testing as per the demand, said Dr. Sharma. We have tried to help in the event of an outbreak of the corona by conducting tests at low cost. KMC has started PCR testing from Shravan 1st. Since then, about 1,200 PCR tests have been performed. Dr. Sharma, who is also the director of Noble Teaching Hospital in Biratnagar, had assumed the responsibility of KMC chairperson from Bhadra 15. Less than a week after that, Dr. Sharma has decided to reduce the PCR fee. Another 979 corona cases were confirmed in Nepal on Monday. According to the Ministry of Health, corona was found in 979 more people in different parts of the country. With this, the number of corona infection in Nepal has reached 47,236. Similarly, 1,736 more people have been discharged on Monday. So far, 30,677 people have been discharged after recovering from corona, said health spokesperson Dr. Jageshwar Gautam. Similarly, 11 more people have died due to corona. The deceased have been identified as 4 women and 7 men. Spokesperson Gautam added that the death toll from the corona had risen to 300. At present, number of active infected people is 16,259 and the number of quarantined people is 4,739, according to the ministry. Meteorological Department has urged to remain vigilant as there is a possibility of heavy rain in some parts of the country today and tomorrow. According to the division, there is a possibility of heavy rain in Province 1, Province 2, Bagmati and Gandaki provinces today. According to meteorologists, current low pressure line of the monsoon is above average and south of Nepal and the influence of local winds is still there. According to the weather forecast bulletin issued by the division, heavy rain is expected in Province 1, Province 2, Bagmati and Gandaki provinces 1 and 2 tomorrow afternoon. Similarly, there is a possibility of light to moderate rain with thunder and lightning in some places at night. A shootout has erupted between the two countries' armies on the south bank of Lake Pengong on the Indo-China border in Ladakh. The shooting took place on the Indo-China border after 45 years. China's state-run media, the Global Times, reported that Indian troops had crossed the line of control and returned fire. A Chinese military spokesman told the Global Times that they had retaliated. According to the Chinese military, the Indian army had crossed the LAC in Shenpao. The Chinese army patrol team reached there to talk to the Indian soldiers and they opened fire. India has not formally responded. The Chinese embassy in India also accused Indian troops of crossing the LAC on the south bank of Pengong Lake on September 1st. Colonel Zhang Suli, a spokesman for the Chinese military's Western Region Command, warned India to keep its troops under control. Earlier, a shooting took place on the Indo-China border 45 years ago. On October 20, 1975, in Tulungla of Arunachal Pradesh, China had attacked on Assam Rifles Patrol. 4 Indian soldiers were killed in the attack. In the same year, there was a clash between the two countries in Galwan. 20 Indian soldiers were also killed in the clash. On 15th of last June, 20 Indian soldiers were killed in a skirmish between the two countries. However, no shots were fired. After that, there were repeated talks between the soldiers of the two countries. Despite the agreement reached in the talks to maintain peace in the border area, tensions have resumed. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has announced it is investigating manufacturing flaws involving some Boeing 787 Dreamliners but said it is too early to say if new inspections will be required. Boeing said in August airlines operating its 787 Dreamliners had removed 8 jets from service as a result of 2 distinct manufacturing issues in fuselage sections. The FAA code requires inspections covering hundreds of 787 jetliners after production issues at one plant, a person briefed on the matter confirmed. The Wall Street Journal reported the potential inspections earlier, citing an internal government memo and people familiar with the matter. In the memo dated August 31st, Boeing told the FAA that it had manufactured some parts of its South Carolina facilities that failed to meet its standards. According to WSJ, such a safety directive could potentially cover up to about 900 Dreamliners delivered since 2011. The person briefed on the matter has been confirmed. French club Paris Saint-Germain PSG forward player Mbappe has been confirmed to have a corona infection. He has been ruled out of the UEFA Nations League match against Croatia after a corona infection was confirmed. 6 PSG players, including Neymar, contracted the corona last month. It is suspected that he will miss the opening game on Mbappe League One. The 21-year-old Mbappe had earlier scored the decisive goal in the 1-0 defeat to Sweden in the Nations Cup. France will play Croatia in the Nations League. This is all for now. We'll be back with more news and updates. Till then, keep watching Dharma television. May all the sentient beings be at peace. Stay safe.